Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Murdoch DeFi YouTube channel. And in today's video, this is a very special video. I'm super excited to talk about this project because this is something that myself and a few other people had actually created. It is called Wizardly. We are essentially kind of like a direct fork of baked beans. However, we've made some modification the within the smart contract for efficiency when we're talking about gas and things like that on Crow. But just try to make it as great as possible. We literally just launched less than an hour ago. There's already almost 500,000 Crow in the contract. So lots and lots of hype. We're definitely trying to become a household name and take over like the Chronos ecosystem as far as these baked beans forks go. We put a bunch of time and energy into the documentation and building out the lore of the actual like kind of like backstory to what Wizardly is. We have lots of big plans in the future. So that's what I wanted to be talking about specifically today. So of course, we will review the contract here, go over the documentation section, and then kind of give you my rundown of how this launch went for me and how it's been going for everyone else. However, before we jump into today's video, I would love it if you guys could please subscribe to the YouTube channel here. If you are new here, welcome. If you want to continue to see new crypto DeFi project videos, then definitely consider subscribing, also hitting the notification bell, because just like in today's video, all the content that I post here on YouTube is all very time sensitive, meaning the sooner that you're able to view the content that I post, the better in terms of opportunities that you can choose or choose not to take advantage of, right? Also, first link in the description to the premium Discord server. You can view the laundry list of benefits that you could take advantage of when signing up for the premium Discord. So moving into Wizardly, this was actually a project that it was kind of put together by the premium Discord community. A lot of us within the premium Discord, I would say like probably over 100 people in the premium Discord had been investing into baked beans for a while, and it was something that has been producing really well for all of us. And I wanted to really like the community kind of had asked me if I was open to the idea of putting something like this together. So I kind of reached out to my network, got with the Kitty Finance dev team, and we were able to push this project out and make it what it is. But really, like I said, it was really a community driven project all the way up until launch. We were hosting polls and getting feedback, having daily kind of AMAs within the premium group on how we should go about doing like certain aspects of the actual protocol. So it's been very community driven. Obviously, this is something I put my name on, so I put a lot of time and energy into it, into making sure that everybody is safe. That being said, looking over at the contract here, let me go ahead and refresh this. You can see that there's currently almost 500,000 Crow deposited into the contract. And if you are unfamiliar with how this works, essentially all you would do is deposit the amount of Crow that you want to put in. In this case, following the Wizardly kind of like lore, you would be absolving your Crow tokens. And then basically the best strategy to go about using this protocol is to infuse or compound your daily earnings daily for 6 days. And then on day 7, you can enlighten and claim your tokens here. If we hop over into the actual documentation, you can see some of our actual lore here, right? So it says, fellow wizards, for too long I have stood waiting in the shadows, contemplating how my fellow magic users have fared in the hostile climate of crypto. It is not easy, I know. Sinister plots, failed magics, and incompetent wizards have led to a world in which only few prosper in this environment. It is with a sound mind and powerful magic at my disposal that I have decided to come forth from my tower to gaze upon the land which too much corruption runs rampant. Too much money flows through the hands of the greedy and the ignorant. This land, our land, deserves better. We deserve a ritual that I have been perfecting for many weeks and months. one where you may take your own spells and magic in order to alter your future, right? So lots and lots of cool storyline to this. And this is just going to be the start of the Wizardly ecosystem. We have big plans to build this out and push into different areas of the DeFi and crypto space as well, outside of just this kind of a fork. But this is essentially our goal, right? So a decentralized Crow miner rewards pool, DApp, built on the Kronos network that offers the chance to access financial freedom with its simplicity and ease of use, right? So there's 3 buttons. You deposit, you compound, and you claim. Of course, you can be able to copy your referral link here and be able to send that as well. You get 12% referral links. So very, very straightforward. And yeah, let's see here. Going back to the docs, high risk, high reward, incorporating a token that will be able to support and feed the rewards pool from the use of everyday traders while still having its own utility. Wizardly is here to ignite the Kronos network through an open, transparent, honest commitment from a dedicated team. It is our mission to see Wizardly take over Kronos and become stable passive income for everyone involved. And again, this is just kind of the entryway into bringing that all together, right? If we look at the mechanics and the strategy, this is very important to understand too for the overall health and growth of the protocol, of how you can go through this, right? So everyone who believes in this ritual has the opportunity to prosper greatly, but a spell as powerful as this takes discipline and dedication. Weaving our own magics into the ritual is a simple task. All you do is acquire your crow, and using your magic within, join the spell in order to further its reach. The ritual will consume your crow and begin to channel into the spell. The next step is the most critical. I would not make my fellow magic casters privy to such knowledge if I did not think you are capable of handling its power. The spell will beckon you to infuse or recompound what you have gained. This is a test of your resolve, one that will shape the entire encounter with magic as powerful as this. When you infuse, it's completely up to you. However, it is in my opinion that the dedicated of us will follow a method of spell casting that the ritual deems appropriate. Don't you see? The ritual itself is alive. It will know how you intend to use its power, so listen carefully as the time draws near. You must infuse as often as you see fit. I myself will be doing so daily. After all, this magic revealed itself to me during my most arduous of studying and fasting. It told me that this must be done. Such a creation of time as we know it. We must work for 6 days and rest on the 7th. For 6 days I shall infuse the ritual with my magic, as should all of you. On the 7th day, our day of rest, I will allow the ritual to reward me for my diligence, for my discipline, and I shall allow the magic of the ritual to wash over me like a cool spring. It is at this time I shall become enlightened by the magic we have cast together for the Muggles amongst us. I shall list below the appropriate actions to take regarding this magic, right? So absolve your crow tokens, deposit them, infuse them daily for 6 days, and then go ahead and claim on the 7th day. And then finally gather your fellow spellcasters to aid us with their Kronos tokens so that the ritual can reach all of us. We did change some things into the coding to actually make it a little bit different. So we're a direct fork of baked beans. Our code is virtually identical, except a few use cases that are listed here below. Our senior analyst made some slight modifications to the code in order to increase the efficiency and reduce those gas fees. More so just housekeeping more than anything, unnecessary code in places or functions that slowed the flow of the protocol. There was also a possibility of users attempting to join the project without enough crow in order to begin earning passive yield. So in this case, right, if the price of a rune was 5 crow, but a user put in 3 crow in the protocol, there was a possibility that the contract, and this is still holds true for all these other baked beans forks that are out there. There was a possibility that the contract would simply take the crow and not give the apprentice anything in return. We have removed this possibility so that if a new apprentice were to enter the ritual and attempt to put less crow in the price than the price of 1 rune, the transaction would fail. having no more crow token without your alignment. So that is just another security measure. Another thing that we did do prior to launch, and there was some FUD around this, when we initially deployed the contract itself. Let me see if I can pull it up here. So when we deployed the contract, we did deposit 2,367 crow, and this was kind of an anti-whale measure, because if a whale were to come in and make that first, say they're the first person that deposits into the contract, they essentially would own the protocol, because the earlier that you get into these types of projects, the more miners that you would get, or more runes that you would get for your money, right? So we did that. However, this kind of dampens the effect of being early, while still there's that massive benefit because it's still a level playing field. But this is a security measure, a safety measure that we took beforehand to ensure that, you know, one whale wouldn't come in here and essentially own the entire protocol, right? I hope that makes sense. We did it to benefit the protocol and the longevity of it. There was nothing malicious here or anything like that. Anytime that we do anything from this wallet, you'll be able to track it. Everything's verifiable on the blockchain. I also know that a lot of people have been asking me about audits. So ideally, we would have loved to have an audit done before we actually launched the protocol. However, I had to, it was kind of like a double-edged sword, right? I know that a lot of these projects are launching, and I've had a lot of people come to me, you know, about me making videos about their baked beans fork that are launching very soon. So I made a decision to put this out as quickly as possible. However, we will be auditing with Haze Crypto. I'm just waiting on a response back from them. So if that's something that gives you a little bit more safety and security, then, and you want to wait for that, then I totally understand. Just know that, you know, regardless of, like we see it all the time, you see projects that have gone ahead and done an audit, they've done a KYC, but really that doesn't even mean that, like, we see those projects rug all the time too, right? So it doesn't necessarily mean that a project is not going to run just because they KYC and they have an audit, right? So I hope you guys understand that. For me, I'm putting my name on this. Obviously, I have 20,000 subscribers here on YouTube, big following outside of YouTube as well. So this is important for me to make sure that this protocol is something that is very successful. So let me know what you guys think about Wizardly down below in the comment section of today's video. I, of course, will leave the links to the entirety of the protocol down below in the description, as well as the link to be able to come in here and check it out. Other than that, guys, I hope that this video finds you well, and we will see you in the community. Thanks.